Welcome. In this video, Xcn coin trend has changed. Will pump come? We will analyze it. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and please watch to the end to understand. It is quite remarkable and positive that the falling trend structure, which was previously clearly observed on the chart, experienced a strong breakout with the price action. For a long time, this falling trend line, which created downward pressure, caused investors to sell due to profit realization or insecurity. However, the upward break of this trend shows that the perception in the market has started to change and buyers are regaining strength. In particular, the fact that this breakout was supported by volume proves that the breakout was not fake and that investor confidence has increased. At the moment, the price's retracement movement towards this broken trend line, that is a retest in technical terms, is a very healthy and positive example of behavior. Because in order for prices to sustain an uptrend, the areas that previously worked as resistance must now act as support. This shows us the following. The market is trying to confirm this trend breakout, and investors are reassuring themselves by testing this level. The retest process is very important in technical analysis because such levels are critical decision points for both buyers and sellers. If the price reacts upwards after touching this trend line and buying pressure builds up again, this gives traders confidence. This paves the way for higher price levels to be reached. Retests after trend breakouts signal healthy uptrends in terms of technical analysis and often mark the beginning of a new bull run. The fact that this downtrend has pushed the price down many times in the past makes this breakout even more meaningful and powerful. Because the more a tested resistance is broken, the more investors take it seriously and take action. This forms the basis for bullish and powerful rallies. This is exactly what is happening right now. A strong breakout followed by a healthy pullback. The most important thing to watch out for at this stage is whether or not the price gets strong support from this retest level. If the price manages to hold at this level, it would indicate that the market has recognized this level as new support and that the upside potential remains. With the strength from this support zone, it is possible for price action to make higher highs. This would open the door to new highs according to technical analysis. Also, when we look at such breakout and retest structures, we can see that the beginning of many successful bullish patterns started in this way. Such technical confirmations, especially after downtrend breakouts, create buying opportunities for investors. This is strategically advantageous for both short-term and medium to long-term traders, because the post-breakout retest allows positioning at very favorable levels in terms of risk-return ratio. In conclusion, the upside breakout of this downtrend and the subsequent retest, as observed on the chart, paint a very positive picture. If the price bounces off this level and starts a new bullish wave, it would be a clear indication that the direction of the market is clearly up. Therefore, the current technical outlook is promising and is an important development that should be carefully monitored for investors. But we cannot decide the analysis only with trends. Let's look at other metrics. Keep watching. Careful observation of the chart shows that the price is giving very promising signals that it is beginning to abandon its recent downward trend. The succession of lower highs and lower lows that we are accustomed to, especially in downtrends, used to indicate that the market was under selling pressure in general. However, the recent price action has exhibited a strong and remarkable shift, suggesting that this bearish structure could be broken. First of all, the fact that the price abandoned the usual falling structure and suddenly made a high can be interpreted as a sign of an important transformation in market psychology. A high top is the result of strong buying pressure entering the market and usually indicates that investors are now ready to buy at higher prices. This indicates that the supply-demand balance has shifted back in favor of the buyer and that prices have the potential to change direction. In particular, the fact that this higher high has clearly surpassed the previous falling highs is considered a strong technical sign that the downtrend is coming to an end. At this stage, all eyes naturally turn to the next low. If the price manages to hold at a higher point while retreating after making this higher high without descending to the previous lower lows, that is forming a high bottom pattern, this is a very positive development in terms of technical analysis. The formation of a high-low with a high-high is considered a signal for the start of a classic uptrend. This is because this pattern indicates that the buying appetite in the market has increased and investors are now looking for buying opportunities instead of selling even when prices retreat. A high-high followed by a high-low is a combination that also boosts investor confidence. Such movements are especially carefully watched by trend-following traders, and many algorithmic systems treat such reversal patterns as buy signals. Therefore, in the event of such a structure, new liquidity is likely to enter the market. This will naturally contribute to a faster and more stable upward movement in prices. In the current outlook, the price action following the high made by the price should be carefully monitored. If the price stabilizes at a point above the previous low, instead of retreating to lower levels after this strong top, this would be a strong confirmation that buyers are now starting to dominate the market and the downtrend is completely over. Such confirmations are among the most tangible evidence that the market's upward trend has become permanent. In technical analysis, it is not only the direction of the price that matters, but also whether the structure has changed. The current high indicates that this structural transformation has begun. If this transformation is completed with a high bottom, the long-awaited upward trend reversal in the market will be technically confirmed. This could be a strong buy signal for both short-term speculators and medium-long-term investors. In conclusion, it is quite remarkable and positive that the price suddenly abandoned its downtrend structure and made a higher high that we have never seen before. This high indicates that the market is preparing for a bullish breakout and is in the process of changing direction. If the bottom that will follow this move remains above the previous bottom level, that is, a high bottom pattern is formed. This will clearly show that the price has now moved into a rising bottom and rising top structure that is technically entering an uptrend. Therefore, the current technical outlook is very promising, and it is possible to say that the price is in a very close position to confirm that it is experiencing structural transformation. A close look at the chart reveals a long-standing downtrend in the RSI indicator. In the past, this falling trend line has been the resistance point that the RSI has encountered in every bullish attempt and has played an important role in limiting price movements. However, at this point, the RSI has managed to break this resistance line to the upside, leaving behind a very critical technical threshold. This development can be considered as a very positive signal for the market. The RSI breaking a trend line should not be seen as an indicator-only development. Rather, such breakouts directly reflect a change in market psychology. This is because RSI is a highly reliable tool that measures the trading behavior of traders and the strength of momentum within the market. A downtrend breakout indicates that the market has entered a period where sellers are no longer dominant and buyers are taking a more active role. This breakout can be a harbinger of a new bullish wave in price action. At this point, if the RSI returns to the falling trend line it broke and performs a retest, it is considered a very healthy technical development. Because strong technical structures are usually confirmed by the retest process after the breakout. If the RSI reacts upwards again by touching the trend line it broke, it will show that this level has now turned from resistance to support. This will increase confidence among market participants and encourage undecided investors to buy. RSI trends should also be followed. Yes, friends, I hope you liked the video. If you subscribe to my channel and like the video, more videos will be coming. Be careful in your investments, analyze the risks correctly, and always take strategic steps. I will be with you with different analyses, investment opportunities, and technical information in my videos. I wish you all a lot of profit. See you soon.